everyone, it's Christy with Cottage Grove Quilt Company. Guess what? You did it! You did it! We're at the final finale, the big reveal, the moment we've been waiting on. We're revealing our project, our mystery project today. So here it is. We have got this gorgeous table runner just in time for the holidays. Is that not stunning? It is going to look so perfect on anybody's table. It is just going to be beautiful. Y'all have done a fabulous job, and we're going to wrap this project up with two final steps for this week. All right, the first one is some cutting instructions. I decided I'd do this over video so I can explain it a little more in detail versus just a printed handout. So, are you ready? Let's go. You're going to cut two 19-inch squares from your background material. For your 19-inch square, you are going to take it and you're going to cut it from the upper left to the lower right and from the upper right to the lower left, as shown in the diagram. Once you've cut those triangles, set them aside. You're going to then also take two 9 3/4-inch squares, and you're just going to cut them once on the diagonal, just like normal. You're going to set those aside. Now let's worry about laying out our project. All right, so here's what I have done. I really wanted this red to be the central theme through my table runner. That is my central theme. And so with that red, I wanted it to line up every single point to point to point to point. So that's what I did here. I lined up every single one, point to point to point. Then with my background squares that I cut crossways on the diagonal, I set those in here, okay, just like so. Not a big deal, just set them in there just like that. All right, then with my half square triangles that I just cut, the ones, they go on the corners, and unfortunately because of the camera you can't see the ends, but they go on the ends, and it makes it all come together as a square. Easy as pie, okay? Now the next trick is going to be sewing them. So what I will do is demonstrate real quick how you do this. So you're going to be sure you lay this out at your design wall or your bed or some place where you can lay it all out, your dining room table. You're going to line up a triangle to a square. Let me make sure I can get this on camera, just like this. You're going to make sure you've got your perfect right angles, okay, your perfect right angles, and you're going to stitch right along here and then press to this setting triangle. That is the term for this. It's called a setting triangle. And then once I do one, it seems tedious, I do one, I hang it back up, and then I lay it back down. And the reason why I do that is because I have laid them out backwards enough times. So I like to think, oh, I'll get ahead of myself, and I'll come along, and I'll twist this one here like this, and all of a sudden this one's going the wrong way and it don't fit. Well, that's when you get your seam ripper out and you say a few things that you shouldn't say and you start over, okay? So lay it out each time. So then I take this triangle, sew it to this block, and then I repeat the process on down the line. Once I have all those setting triangles sewn on, I then sew this set to this set, this one to this one, and so forth, making sure that red square lines up. Once I've done that, I put my end caps on. All is good. I now have a very large rectangle table runner. Now, what you can do at this point is you have some options. You can either leave it borderless if you don't want a border. A lot of people are doing that now. That's fine. It is your project. You can do that. For me, I found this really fun fabric here that's got a black background with some silver metallic stars and some red and gold in it. And I thought it would frame the table runner nicely. So I'm going to do my border with that. And then what will happen is at that point, you'll need to measure your table runner and then figure out how wide you can make your table runner. This was a little bigger than I expected, so you may have to cut that border fabric just a little bit smaller. I would say between 2.5 and 3.5 inches and you'll be fine. sew the border fabric on, and then it's ready to be quilted. You can quilt this on your domestic machine. This is a perfect time to learn some free motion skills on your domestic machine, or you can bring it into us and have us long arm it for you. But no matter what you do with it, please post your final project on our Cottage Grove Quilt Company Peeps page. I love to see how you're coming along. I love to see your color combinations. I love to see just everything you've done with it, how you've changed it for whatever reason. So I just love to see it. So please post your pictures on our Cottage Grove Quilt Company Peeps page. All right, y'all, you've done it. You have succeeded. You have gotten through this mystery. You've learned some new techniques, and you've learned some new things like turning it on point. It's really not that bad. Some things with setting triangles. It's just been a wonderful experience. I hope you all have enjoyed it and learned something. I hope that you guys have a great holiday season, and we want to wish you from our hearts to your home a very wonderful and joyous time of year. Thank you.